It's a very special car today on Car and Bike, a car that is taller than me, as you can see. Yes, the global icon called the Hummer EV is now in India, and you can drive it, own it right here in Right Hand Drive. Today we are spending a lot of time with this special set of wheels, telling you all about it and also telling you how you can get it to India and drive it. But before that, if you still haven't subscribed to Car and Bike, please do it right now. Also press the bell icon if you like this video and you like the Hummer EV, which I'm sure you'll do. Do not forget to like and share this with everyone you know. If there's one truly international SUV car lovers swear by, it has to be the Hummer. The global icon in its long, successful journey has caught the imagination of every motoring enthusiast across the world. And now the SUV in a not so gas guzzling avatar is a reality in India too, courtesy Friday Night Cars, a Delhi based brand that specializes in bringing big muscle American SUVs to India in a right hand drive avatar. Now what's there not to like in a car like the Hummer EV? The Hummer has been a global icon for decades and we in India have loved it purely because of the way it looks. Now this car is massive from whichever angle you look at it. Especially the width, it's more than 2 meters, and we can't say that about most cars anywhere in the world. There are some really nice design elements on the face, including the raised hood with these sculpted lines, which also help in better aerodynamics. But my favorite bit are these really nice looking connecting DRLs. Look at that. They look so beautiful. Almost looks like a work of art with these Hummer lettering embossed inside the lamps. Down below you get skid plates with these tow hooks, and because of the nice approach angle, you get a ground clearance of 260 millimeters on the front. Look at that 3X. Now this is a more premium model that comes with 3 motors. You also get a 2X version, which is a twin motor setup. So a slightly more expensive version that's come to India that you can buy here and drive it on Indian roads. But we'll get to that in a bit. First, let's talk a bit more about the dimensions. Now more than 5 meters long, a wheelbase of more than 3 meters. This car is massive from outside and inside, and I have to keep saying it again and again. But some more important bits. Nice looking square wheel arches, and look at the gap between the wheels and the arches. Now this is a true blue off-roader in that sense. And look at the wheels as well, how wide they are, and even the size is 22 inch, you can't get bigger than that. The ground clearance, of course, 260 millimeters, but can go up to 400 millimeters in something called an extract mode that really helps in off-roading. And overall, if you look at this dual tone coloring on the car with this brown here and the black roof, looks really nice and again imposing from whichever angle you look at it. Yes, you heard that right. The Hummer EV is built to go anywhere, and for that, the ride height can be raised to multiple levels. Using the extract mode, with the clearance going up by as much as 6 inches, the SUV can wade through more than 800 mm deep water. A variety of 18-inch wheels can also be taken as an option depending on the requirement and the variant. The spare wheel is mounted on the tailgate, which makes the appearance even more sporty and aggressive. And you have seen electric tailgates in many cars that open vertically, but an electric tailgate that opens on the side, well, Hummer EV gives you that. Just press a button here and there it goes. Makes it more convenient to use the tailgate and press the button and it'll again come back and close. Look at that. Really cool, isn't it? The tailgate reveals a massive boot space of more than 1000 liters, and with the second row electrically folded seats, that figure easily crosses 2000 liters. And that's not all. Look at this. Press a button here. And even the hood is electric on the Hummer EV. Isn't that really cool? And then it reveals a massive frunk which is 320 liters in volume, bigger than the boot space of many subcompact SUVs. This deep Aurora Metallic is one of the 7 colors you can buy in the Indian market on the Hummer EV. There are a whole lot of accessories too to give your Hummer a more menacing look. For example, front off-road auxiliary lights, splash guards, and spare tire covered in barbed wire. It's a tall car, so you literally climb into the Hummer EV. There's a side step which really helps. And I also love the frameless doors on this SUV. Look at that. Climb and then with a grab handle, get inside the car and you sit for the cabin experience. The cabin
perfectly complements the boxy exterior of the Hummer EV. Everything is bold and muscular here, and you tend to like that looking at the image of this big SUV. I like the way how the vertical AC vents are stacked in the corners and they're massive in size as well. The ones in the center are placed just below the touchscreen, which is approximately 13.5 inches in size. It's freestanding, and you also get a separate full digital instrument cluster. In terms of features, what you get is a wireless charger along with a 14-speaker Bose surround sound system, and you also get features like heated and ventilated front seats, which are electric as well. And you also get a heated steering feature, which will come in really handy, especially in peak winters up in the north. There's a rotary dial right next to the driver, which gives you access to some really important features on the car pertaining to off-roading. And then you also have this really special infinity roof on the Hummer EV. It's divided into 4 parts. You can actually remove 1 or 2 or even all 4 and have an open top experience on the Hummer EV.
The process is fairly simple. With lightweight panels and easy to operate latches, switching to an open top experience is a quick job. The Hummer EV is equipped to deal with all kinds of driving situations with its multiple drive modes, some of which are dedicated for off-roading as expected. Then you also have adaptive air suspension for taking on varied surfaces.
It's my first time driving a Hummer, and what a special feeling it is. One of the most iconic vehicles anywhere in the world, and driving an EV version is even more special. Of course, what we are sampling is the biggest battery ever on an EV anywhere in the world. It's a 246 kilowatt hour battery, where the maximum power that is generated is around 1000 bhp and the peak torque is around 15,000 Nm. That's a crazy figure, and you know that in an EV how the peak torque is available right from the word go. On a Hummer, it's absolutely insane because you can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3.5 seconds. And remember, this is a triple motor setup. You also get a dual motor version on the same car.
Using paddle shifts, multiple levels of regen are available too, and you can also opt for single pedal driving for an enhanced range. A 19 kilowatt AC charger comes as standard on the SUV, which adds around 50 kilometers of range for every hour of charging. Using a 350 kilowatt fast charger, the Hummer EV can add approximately 160 kilometers in 14 minutes of charging.
Ride quality is supremely comfortable. We are driving on a bad patch of road. It's not exactly smooth, but we can't really feel too much of it inside the cabin. That's the beauty of a car like the Hummer. And what a commanding view you get sitting on the driver's seat of this SUV. It is truly unmatched because A, the feeling of driving a car like this, and B, how you're surrounded by wonderful elements. It really makes it special.
This 3X model also gets torque vectoring, which helps in getting better traction across situations. 6 airbags are standard, and the Hummer EV also gets a whole lot of level 2 ADAS functions, including auto emergency braking for a safer drive experience. And before we end, here's a special feature of Hummer EV, the Crab Walk, where the 4-wheel steering shows its magic. With rear wheels turning in the same direction as front wheels, the SUV moves diagonally to ensure movement in more cramped spaces. The entire process from purchase to import takes 3 to 4 months before you can head out for a drive. Talking about warranty, well, worry not, as Friday Night Cars has got that covered too. The brand is promising an OEM equivalent warranty for complete peace of mind.
So after buying the car in the US, getting it to Asia for conversion into right-hand drive, and finally importing it to India, how much amount are you going to pay eventually for a car like the Hummer EV? Well, Friday Night Cars is quoting an amount of 3.85 crore rupees ex-showroom. Frankly, doesn't sound too bad, but tell us in the comments what's your take on the pricing of the Hummer EV in India in right-hand drive. Will you spend this kind of a money to buy an icon like the Hummer in its electric version? We're waiting to know your feedback. How did you find this video? How do you like this car? Do let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.